This is a CBC podcast.
I'm Rob Norman.
I'm Andrew Norton, and the Personal Best podcast is back for season 2.
All right. Well, this is exciting.
I wasn't ready to do this, but I'm going to give it my all.
Whoa! Holy frick!
Personal Best Season 2, a self-improvement show for people who don't like self-improvement.
Subscribe now wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Anine Jain, how are you?
Gonalonkwa, which is I love you.
Agamemok, keep going.
Diane Sile for Don't Touch.
This is First Words, an Indigenous language podcast by Unreserved.
Yat-e, which is a greeting.
Miigwech, which means thank you.
Jordan Kunu yung pibalya yung lagayo kataw yung ikalong ni CBC Kunu. Tamani hiulek tung tak ukiw ni 6 ni adjilok te kataw sungalu tamani pibalya yung lagayo kataw yun. My name's Jordan Konek. I'm originally from Akvet, Nunavut, but I moved here 6 years ago. Started working at CBC as a reporter. When I started as a reporter, I did a lot of reporting and also versioning, meaning that I'm doing translation on different stories by someone else, and then when I do my own stories, I did them in English, in Inuktitut, because we have a lot of Inuktitut speaking people across the territory, and that's mainly why we're here. So Igalak goes on, in Iqaluit time it's 6 o'clock it starts, and it goes on from Monday to Friday, so there's a lot of people in the territory that tune into Igalak. It's a very popular show in Nunavut, mainly because it's Inuktitut, and we tell stories from the territory, and we also speak to different people across Canada and the issues that matter to Nunavummiut. So when you go out to communities, you meet people and they recognize you and they want to talk to you, meet you, and all that stuff, just like when you see famous people out there. But this one is like getting to meet them and knowing that people are out there listening to what you're telling. So when you go to homes and it's 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, wherever you are, you see the families tune up the volume when the show is on and everybody's quiet. And even little kids like 2-year-olds and all that stuff that watch the show, whether it's for the news or the birthday greetings or the weather even, they like to see their community. So in, I think it was October, I went to Alvet, to where I come from, and spoke to the community about the polar bear issues that they've had. And I've known this for years because I come from there and I've seen that myself, but the polar bears had become a more serious issue when 2 people died in 2 months. So I wanted to talk to people and figure out what they think should be done. And so I came there and did a story on them and the issues that they see. And so the National was interested in the story, and one of the producers had asked me, can you get the recording done in 5 minutes? And I was like, that's not gonna happen. It's not my language. If you want me to get it done in 5 minutes, I would have to speak it in my language. So I ended up recording the story in English and then sent it to them. And then maybe a day or and a half later, they called me and said, can you do it in Inuktitut? And I said, I would be more than happy to do that.
Akvet Nunavut minigani helnik panguyok. Terok pala magin naktok nunalik 2,500 ni inokakto ni. Amihut inuit tamani makay hoktut ekale hoktulu. Unno akut tau toko rayakovit ay bale itit pileribik ni. 250 kilograms o kumain nilik nanok. Nekik kaminit kinekto. Jordan Konek, CBC Pivalet, kalong ni.
Talking to people, it was a history in the making to speak a different language on the National, and I was very honored to do that. people all over Canada were messaging me and talking to me saying they were amazed by the story and how we put it together, and a lot more people in my community being able to speak Inuktitut. So a lot of people were happy. My fiance, she speaks English. She understands in Inuktitut, but so I remind her, these are my kids. I want them to speak Inuktitut because it's part of our identity, and I want them to be able to communicate to elders. Growing up with my grandparents, I remember that one time when I came home for vacation from work, and I let my grandpa listen to radio, and you could really tell how happy he was to listen to something. And so he put his head near the stereo and was trying to listen. And as soon as the English part came, he put his head up and stopped listening. That's when I realized how important the language is. And I mean, I've spoken it all my life, but here in Iqaluit, I seem to be speaking a lot more English, and so I wanted to make sure that my babies are going to be able to speak Inuktitut. One of the tweets, the image of my grandma from 1949 when she was 17, it's actually gone viral, and a lot of people were commenting the face shows confidence and she has a lot of power in her face. So I think I can say Biyung Nangnek means power. The image that people saw, people kept commenting, she looks like she has a lot of power and confidence. My name's Jordan Konek, and today's Inuktitut word of the day is Biyung Nangnek, which means power.
For more CBC podcasts, go to cbc.ca/podcasts.